about how to use headlines to increase your profits, not by 100%, but by as much as 1,300%. So you really want to pay attention to this video. And if you like this video, please comment down in the comments down below. Also share it with your friends, like it, do whatever you got to, make the funny face, whatever you got to do to spread the word about this video, because it's going to make a huge difference for you. By the way, if you don't know who I am, I'm the co-creator of Funnel Scripts, which is the automated way to help you create all types of sales copy and content that'll make your funnels absolutely amazing. So we had a question come in from comments on a video like this, and somebody asked, the big question was, Jim, what's the max word length for tested headlines? Mine get a bit long. And it's interesting, you hear this stuff all the time about headlines, really anything. People who know the answer will tell you that long headlines don't work. All your headlines have to be short, or you can't use short headlines. You got to use long headlines. And the absolute truth, guys, that you need to know is that the right length for a headline is whatever the length is. And the only way you're going to know what the best headline is to test a whole bunch of headlines. I have seen headlines that were 3 or 4 words outperform headlines that were 20 words. I've seen headlines that were literally 25 words outperform every other headline that was tested against it. And there's no way to know except to test the headlines. That's the only way you're going to know. And what makes it kind of a pain in the butt is you spend all your time coming up with the perfect headline. You're like, thank God I finally got a headline written. And so let me just put it up there and I'll just pray that it works. The problem is that's only going to work about 1 out of 1,000 times. And I'll explain why in just a second. Second part of this question, though, was what about headline color? I still use dark red. Any new testing data on that having worn out? Now, here's another thing that happens. Again, you'll hear people say, oh, this is the absolute truth. This is exactly the way it is. And it's not true at all. There was a pretty famous marketer who came out a few years ago who said that red headlines don't work. Only headlines that work are navy blue. And then another one came out and said, red headlines, they still work. The answer when it comes to color is that you want to use a color that matches your theme, and it stands out, and it doesn't clash, okay? So depending on how your funnel or your website is designed, it may be red, it may be blue, it may be green, it may be black. What matters is that it looks good and it stands out and people can read it easily. Now I'm gonna share with you just real quick some thoughts about testing headlines, because this is what's going to make a huge difference for you. You understand this. This is how you're able to easily use headlines to make more money on your funnel. Okay, are you guys ready? Ready? Say something in the Q&A box down below in the comments. All right, this is how you test headlines. The first thing you do is you do an A/B split test between 2 headlines. And typically they're different. They're significantly different. So you might have a long headline and a short headline. You're like, you know, I can't make my mind about this, so let's do a test. Tools like ClickFunnels make it super easy to do A/B split testing. And Funnel Scripts makes it super easy to come up with a whole bunch of different headlines. If anything, it might do you a little bit of a disservice because it'll come up with over 100 really awesome headlines for you. So you'll have plenty of them to test. So what you do is you test. What we like to do is test 100 actions, all right? Whether that's an opt-in or a click, some type of action to see which one will give us a clear winner. Once you have found the one that works, when you're testing completely different headlines, then what you want to do is when you found the winner, then what you're going to do is you're going to test variations of that specific headline. So let's say that A won. So now what you're going to do is test stuff like individual words, individual phrasing, maybe different verbs within that headline, but you're just going to be tweaking that individual headline. Again, you want to do that for 100 actions. Ideally, you may be able to do that really fast, or you may have to do it with less. All right, it just depends on how much traffic you're getting. Once you've done that, then you start testing stuff like color. Then you start testing things like font. Then you start testing things like size on your headlines to see which one's going to make a big difference for you. Now, let me show you something. I'll show you an example of why this is so important, okay? So let's say, for example, right now, you're testing this and you're converting at 1%, all right? Let's say that's your conversion rate on your funnel. And let's say that you're selling a $100 product. And let's say that 100 visitors cost you $90, all right? And this is where my handwriting goes to hell, so I'm sorry. But 100 visitors cost you $90. Just follow along. So you've got a $10 profit. Some people would be like, heck yeah, I'm doing that. If I'm making these sales and 100 visitors and I'm making that, cool, I'll take that. But let me show you how you can use testing to make this awesome. So now I'm going to get another color pen, all high tech on you. You ready? So let's say that you start testing A/B split testing your headlines and you're able to increase your conversion by 0.5%, just a measly little 0.5%. All right. Then you do this next and you test the winner and you're testing little derivations of the winner. Let's say you can increase that by 5% or 0.5%. Then let's say you start monkeying around with the color and the font and the size and all that stuff and you're able to increase by 0.2%. So that's an increase of 1.2%. So that people would think, okay, that's not bad. I mean, that would double my conversion rate. So that's not bad. I mean, that's good. That's a good thing, right? No, it's an awesome thing. And I'm going to tell you why. 1.2%, all of a sudden now, you're converting at 2.2%, which means that you're making $220 for every 100 visitors. All right. So the 100 visitors is still just costing you $90, which means instead of making $10, you're making $130 off the same product. That's a 1,300% increase in your profit by testing your headlines and doing it properly. So I implore you, I beg you as my friend to test your headlines. Don't screw around with it. And if you want to come up with some awesome headlines super quick, inside of Funnel Scripts, we have the Headline Wizard. We have several different Headline Wizards, actually, headline scripts that will help you to come up with hundreds of headlines that are awesome, that will help you to test quickly and help you to test effectively. And so I want to invite you right now, if you are a Funnel Scripts customer, go in there, generate some headlines, use it, make them, test them. And if you're not a Funnel Scripts customer yet, you need to watch the free training we have for you. We got a link up there. We got a link down there. Watch the training. You're going to be amazed at what you're going to learn about copywriting, the truth about copywriting, hiring copywriters, what it takes to actually get great copy written. And you're going to see an awesome demonstration actually of the headline script that will help you to create these. So if you want to see a massive increase in your profits, you've got to start testing headlines. I'm Jim Edwards. Sign up for the free training. Test it out. I'll look forward to seeing you again. If you like this video, if you want me to make more, if this is helpful for you, you've got to let us know down in the comments. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.